listening to the Outer Banks This Week podcast, a place for people to hear what's going on up and down the beach and get the truth about what really goes on around the Outer Banks. So, here we go.
All righty. Hey, thank you so much, Lexi. Outer Banks This Week podcast. This is episode, 2630. 2630, it's all brought to you by Kelly's Automotive in Manteo. Rode by there today. Was looking over at all the different cars and the trucks and the SUVs that he's got. And I also was noticing like the abundance of sheds that he has on his lot, okay? I have one of his sheds, and I honestly was like kind of crept by because I'm thinking I want another one. I think I may want to get another one. Not 100%. I got to, of course, talk to my wife about it first, and then I got to find a place for it. But I think I want another one. Pretty sure I do. This time, though, the original mission when I got my shed from Kelly the first time was to like kind of make it like a little man cave. You know what I mean? Like to kind of do something like that. Well, it quickly turned into a storage shed. Now there's like all like Carrie, my wife, she has her own. I call it Carrie's Christmas Corner because one whole side of the shed is packed with her stuff, with her Christmas stuff. Not really complaining, but it was not the intended purpose of getting the shed. So now I need to get another one. So, Kelly, we're probably going to talk about that real soon. Regardless, though, cars, sheds, trucks, SUVs, greenhouses. I mean, he's got it all right there on his lot. If you can't get by his lot right there in Manteo, go online, kellysobxauto.com. And we cannot forget about Outer Banks Pest Control, okay? Again, his wife, Jessie, owner of Outer Banks Pest Control. She is a fantastic human being. She's tough on those varmints and those creepy crawlies. Now, I have been in my office. I may have spoke about it maybe a month or so ago, but there's been some ants. And I got some of that Taro ant killer stuff that you can buy at like the hardware store. And I put some out, seemed to do the trick. But they came back. So I may be in touch with her about getting a little, look, there's one crawling on my, there's one crawling on me right now. I don't even know where it came from. It's those little pea ants, for lack of better terms. Like, anyway, you get what I'm saying. I may need to be getting back in touch with her in order to get them gone because I am fed up with dealing with it. I mean, I don't even really eat. People are probably like, oh, well, you probably eat at your desk. Well, I do sometimes, but I clean up my mess. It's not like I leave crumbs and trash and stuff laying around. They just, I mean, they're in different parts of the building. So it's not like it's an isolated area. It's like, oh, well, it's just your area. No. We need the whole building to be like sprayed or whatever it is they do at Outer Banks Pest Control. But they'll do it for you too. Online, outerbanks-pestcontrol.com. Whew, we are solidly now into the month of August. It has been, y'all, I honestly, in the summertime, in my line of work, things, they kind of slow down a little bit. You still got work to do. And of course, I still got the podcast to do. I still need to be talking to my clients, all those fun things. But it's not as hectic as it is for me as in like, when September, October roll around. Same thing with like in the early spring. Now, my busiest time of the year for me in my line of work is like January all the way through the end of May. That's when I'm like really cranking. But to make a long story short, this summer has been extremely busy for me and I've been all over the place. It is 6:40 in the morning that I'm recording this podcast because the rest of my day, I'm going to be gone out doing all the other things that I have to do in my daily life. It's the week of the Pirates Cove Billfish Tournament. I'll be out there this evening, doing live updates with Captain Marty on his channel. But it's been busy. It's been a busy summer, but it's been a fun summer. There's been a lot of fun activities going on. Did Wing Fling a few weeks ago. That was a good time. All the different shows from Live from OBX, all the different things that all the different businesses are doing up and down the beach just to have some fun and enjoy life. That's what it's about. We got to enjoy it. So, between all of those things, chasing my kids, church, all the stuff. And by the way, let me just throw that out there one time. I know everybody probably gets sick of me saying it, but hey, look, you're here on vacation. If you're a good God-fearing Christian and you want to go to church, there's lots of great churches around here, okay? Lots of them. I am a member of Wanchie's Assembly of God Church. That's just my favorite church. That's my home church. But Methodist, Pentecostal, Episcopalian, Catholic, Baptist, Presbyterian, did I say that? Anyway, there's a denomination out there for everyone, okay? Even if you're non-denominational, like Coastal Family Church. I mean, that's a great church. Pastor Stephen does a wonderful job there, Anyway, just want to throw that out there real quick. If you get down here and you want to, man, I really would like to go to church, and just go to church. Dude, come on. Come sit with me in church on a Sunday. Love to have you. Yeah, so... Anyway, and that actually made me think of what made me think about that was my buddy Adam from the Chesapeake region of Virginia was like, dude, when are we going to church? And anytime, brother. I'm there every Sunday. Well, just about every Sunday. I don't like to miss a Sunday if I don't have to, but you get what I'm saying. So, yeah, check out some of the local churches if you're in town, man. Go by and pay them a visit. I'm sure they'd love to have you. So, anyway, I'm not going to really jam-pack a lot into today's edition or episode of the Outer Banks This Week podcast. Again, I am extremely busy, but I do need to get y'all up to speed with what's going on. So we're going to take one quick break. Actually, we'll take two breaks, but the first one's happening right now. We come back. I do have a shout out to give to a listener that it was a really fun time I had last week with this guy. Met him. Anyway, when we come back, I'll talk more about that. So we'll be right back.
Are you craving an unforgettable burger? Head to Jack Brown's Beer and Burger Joint at Milepost 8.5 on the Beach Road in Kill Devil Hills, where every burger is made with 100% American Wagyu beef. Pair it with the fan favorite Sticky Nugs, a frozen slushie, and enjoy live music every Friday and Saturday. With late night dining, online ordering, and DoorDash delivery, there's always a way to satisfy your cravings. Visit us today at jackbrownsjoint.com and see why great food and good times go hand in hand. Jack Brown's and KDH, let the good times keep rolling.
Red Drum Tackle in Buxton is the oldest complete tackle shop at Cape Hatteras. And being the closest tackle shop to Cape Point, Red Drum Tackle has been welcoming fishermen to Hatteras Island with a wide selection of bait and tackle, skilled custom rod builds, rod and reel repair, expert knowledge and information since 1974. Red Drum Tackle knows how, when, and where to fish. To acquire this fishing brain power, visit them online at reddrumtackle.com. Red Drum Tackle, the oldest complete tackle shop at Cape Hatteras and the closest to Cape Point in Buxton.
All right, we're going to jump into the shout out real quick. And again, I really enjoy answering questions, talking to you all, meeting you all when you're out and about, because I often wonder who's like really listening to this podcast. And it's very humbling, and it's very awesome to me when I meet individuals. Not my local folk that I know and see every day, but like other individuals like Mr. Adam from Chesapeake and some of the others that will email me, and like Mr. Chris Murphy. I mean, I've got people that'll email me and talk to me right regularly. But then there was just the other night, I was hosting trivia at McGrath's Burger Shack, okay? I host trivia at McGrath's Burger Shack on Wednesday nights at 6 o'clock. And there was a group. I want to say a majority of them were from like Pennsylvania, but then there was this one gentleman had a Baltimore Orioles shirt on. And I believe he was from like Baltimore, maybe, somewhere in Maryland, I'm pretty sure, but they were calling him Mayor Dave. And I don't remember how we got on the topic, but they said, yeah, he listens, or I listen to your podcast, or he listens to the podcast. And I had said something. I had said something about the Outer Banks This Week podcast to him, and he was like, "Man, I wasn't going to say anything, but I listened to your podcast." And Mayor Dave and I became best friends the other night. But we had a good time, man, and they were such a fun group. I can't remember their team name right now to save my life. But I just enjoyed the heck out of them. And I always, if y'all are here and you come play trivia with me at McGrath's, or I just happen to bump into you somewhere out and about, and you hear me talking. So most people will be like, I've heard your voice. Where do I know you from? I've heard your voice. So where is it? Where is it? So, man, don't be afraid to come talk to me. Like, I love it. I enjoyed it. We took a picture, everything. It was just so much fun. I just want to give a shout out to Mayor Dave right now, and thank him for being a listener of the podcast. And again, I would love to meet you. I would love to talk with you. I would love to hear from you if you have anything that you want to know about the podcast. I know I've gotten a lot of emails lately about the history segments that I'm going to do. Still trying to get the fine nuts and bolts of that worked out. That's probably going to be a fall thing that I do. Is a little fall series that I would do a standoff from, or a standalone rather, from my normal podcast that you hear right now. So, again, I love hearing from you all. Justin at OuterBanksThisWeek.com, or you can call us on the hotline 252-216-8797. Yeah, that's right, 8797. That is the phone number to the Outer Banks This Week podcast. Again, would absolutely love to hear from you all. And just, I love it. I just love it. So that's it I'm going to say about that. All right, one more break. We're going to jump into some events. But hey, you know what? We can't take a break without hearing from my boy and your boy. You know who I'm talking about. That wild man of the nightlife here on the Outer Banks, the Lady Killer. And I'm telling you, and you just take my word for it. Unless you go out with the guy, you'll understand. But I'm telling you, my buddy and yours, Matty P.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Matty P, back with another edition of OBX After Dark, all brought to you by the Jolly Roger, located at milepost 6 3/4, there on the beach road in Kill Devil Hills. Y'all, man, come on down to Jolly Roger. Get yourself a trash plate after a long night, maybe a cup of mimosas, a Bloody Mary. Check out that menu at Jolly Roger, OBX.com. Let me talk to you. Look, your boy Matty P took a little trip on down to Duck, North Carolina this past weekend, and he went to one of his favorite spots when he wants to just chill, sit back, have a couple drinks, and watch the madness unfold. You know what I'm saying? Nah, man, this place ain't no madness. This is a chill spot. This is the Tap Shack in Duck. Look, the Tap Shack has live music every night, y'all. And honestly, it's family friendly. You can bring your dogs. It's usually like a little acoustic band type vibe. It's fun, man. You know, you sit back, have a couple beers with the homies, and you just hang out, you know, enjoy the night. And the BPL, like I said, this place is a family friendly place, but sometimes BPL can get poppy because you already know how it is in Duck, boy. Cold Reds walking around, you know what I mean? Look, man, the BPL at the Tap Shack in Duck, North Carolina was an 8.2 this weekend. And that's a fair score for the Tap Shack because, look, man, like I said, chill, family-friendly spot. Look, go check them out, the Tap Shack in Duck, and I'll be back next week because you already know what it is. I'm all gas, no breaks with it. You know what I mean? 4 letters, 1 word. Yeet.
From the moment you leave the dock, the Crystal Dawn out of Pirates Cove Marina in Manio will take you on a seafaring excursion you'll never forget. Whether it be a sunset cruise, birthday party, wedding, or a celebration of any kind, the 65-foot spacious Crystal Dawn would love to be the vessel that helps create a lifetime of memories. They are Coast Guard certified to carry up to 97 passengers. To book your private trip in paradise, go online to crystaldawnheadboat.com. Your view of heaven can be found on the deck of the Crystal Dawn.
Riverside Insurance, you're more than just a name, not just a number in a system or a claim. Eastern NC, yeah, they holding it down from Columbia to Plymouth and Washington town. Auto, home, RV on the road, farm and business, they carry the load. Local people with a plan that's tight, got your back in the day and in the middle of the night. Riverside Insurance, yeah, they stand tall, protection you can count on, covering it all.
All right, we're going to jump now into some events, and these events can be found online at OuterBanksThisWeek.com. You just go click on the events tab, and there they are. You can scroll through them in their entirety, and let me tell you, there are a ton. Let me start by saying this. I know a lot of fall sports are getting started up for kids in local schools and whatnot, whether they're in your area or here on the Outer Banks. Man, if you get an opportunity to go to the football games, the volleyball games, soccer games, all the different activities, show these kids some love and support. I mean, they've earned it. They work really hard. It could be their Super Bowl. It could be their volleyball finals. It could be, this could be what does it for them. They may not make it past this point. Who knows? But they're just a lot of fun going to these school athletics. And don't forget about the theater and band concerts as well. We can't forget about those guys and girls. They work so hard all year long to get up there and do their thing. So, let's show them some love and support, because there's the different events, the concerts, the band concerts, the theater plays, all the sports. They're just getting fired up right now. So I know that it's getting really ramped up around here. But anyway, show those kids some love and support. Let's take a look here. Of course, going on this week, or the rest of this week, rather, we have the 43rd annual Pirates Cove Billfish Tournament. I've been out there every evening with Captain Marty, and we've had ourselves a great, great time. So I would encourage you to come and pay us a visit if you're around. If not, just listen to the updates on Captain Marty's channel. You can find them on all your major podcast platforms. Just like you're listening to me right now, you can listen to Captain Marty the exact same way. There's live music. Again, I feel like a broken record in a lot of ways, because a lot of these events, it's a lot of live music, lots of trivia nights, lots of just different things to do, all up and down from Corolla all the way to Ocracoke and back. I always just kind of, the ones that jump out at me, though, are like Graham Oughton, Thursday, August 13th, 6 to 9 at NC Coast. Graham, he's a great guy. And he does a great job strumming that guitar and playing his music. So I encourage you to go pay him a visit. Fish Heads, BCD Distillery, Ocracoke Oyster Company. They got Sam on the sax. Sam on sax is pretty rad. She rocks it with that saxophone. And I think she's self-taught. Like, she didn't take lessons or anything. She just kind of taught herself. I'm pretty sure. I feel like I heard that somewhere. But regardless, Sam on the sax at Ocracoke Oyster Company this Thursday, the 13th at 7 o'clock. That'll be a fun time for sure. I'm looking at all these different karaoke nights like Sundogs, Uncle Ike's, Jolly Roger. Let's see, the Froggy Dog down in Avon. There's lots of fun things going on. That's just on Thursday. Friday, more live music at places like Rundown Cafe, Buffalo City, or BCD Distillery. There's also live music at Old Tom's Beer, Wine, and Provisions in downtown Manio. Fish Heads Bar and Grill. Jack Brown's is going to have the Walking Dolphins. And, of course, you still got the Lost Colony going on for the time being at Waterside Theater at the north end of Manio. Gin and Salt are going to be at Ocracoke Oyster Company starting at 9 o'clock Friday, August 14th. But then you got Trick Fly. Ooh, yeah. Who doesn't love Trick Fly? They're going to be playing they're going to be jamming out at Jolly Roger starting at 9 o'clock on Friday, August 14th. Lots, again, not shy of activities and things to do. More things going on. You got the Downtown Manio Market on Saturday, August 15th from 9 until 1. They also are having a youth fishing tournament starting that morning at 8 o'clock. Didn't know about that. Interesting. May have to go and check that out. Phil Watson going to be jamming out at Bonzer Shack Saturday afternoon starting at noon. How about that? Jesse Taylor is going to be down at Oceana's Bistro from 6 until 8 o'clock in the evening. And Family Feud. Interesting. They're going to be doing a Family Feud at BCD Distillery starting at 6 o'clock at Buffalo City Distillery. So, again, we are not shy of activities and things to do. Not in the slightest. On into Sunday, of course, Sunday brunch at Cafe Pamlico. There's also Grace Waters is going to be at NC Coast starting at 6 o'clock on Sunday. Monday, open mic night at McGrath's Burger Shack. I could talk for hours about all the things that are going on. I feel like a broken record again because live music, trivia. Of course, you got trivia nights with me at McGrath's Burger Shack on Wednesday nights at 6. I really encourage you to come and play with me because we have ourselves an absolute blast. We have fun. Guaranteed. But again, come check out all the different activities and everything that I've mentioned you can find online at OuterBanksThisWeek.com. You can scroll and scroll and scroll some more. Let me just keep looking, see if there's anything that's really jumping off the page at me that I haven't mentioned already. Because again, some of this are things that are on a weekly basis. So it's kind of like every Tuesday or every Thursday, it's Graham Oughton at NC Coast or whatnot, So I don't want to go through and just kind of keep mentioning some of the same stuff. I do see that coming up on Saturday, August 22nd, we've got Ty Fleming going to be at Fish Heads from 7 to 10. I think that will be fun. I do. I think that will be a lot of fun. Because in Ty Fleming, I've said it over and over, he's the man who created Chris Stapleton. Okay? That's, in my opinion. So, like I said, all the different events that I've just mentioned can be found online at OuterBanksThisWeek.com. Now, before I wrap this thing up, I got to give one more shout out. I promised him I was going to do it. I hadn't done it because, number one, I thought I did and I didn't. Number two, I said, hey, man, I'll give it to you next week, and then I forgot to do it. But I got to shout out to our chief content manager, Paul Mazzoni. Paul, I love me some Paul, man. Paul has taught me a lot on how to appreciate process. He and I have, I love the guy a lot. I do, man. Paul's he's my brother. He's my man. But I remember one time a while back when we were going through some sales things that we were working on, and he was like, all right, so once you do this, what do you do after that? And I was like, I mean, we'll figure it out. He's like, no, you need a process. And I was like, man, he was all hype on this on making sure that we have a process to do things. And I didn't really appreciate it in the beginning. But then I was like, man, Paul's right. Like, we've got to have a process for a lot of things. And he taught me to appreciate process. And I was talking to another buddy of mine who has another business. And I was like, what is your process after you do this? And he was like, you and this process. And I was like, dude, you've got to have a process. And I was like, that's business, bro. You've got to have a process. So, Paul, I wish I could think of a rap, because we'll rap back and forth. I'll be like, dear Paul, I've called you and you didn't answer. Makes me wondering if, you look at me as being like a cancer. Like, you remember that Dear Stan, the Eminem little rap? Yeah, he and I will go back and forth like that sometimes in an email. And I'll be like, truly yours, your biggest fan. This is Bait Man, Anyway, Paul, this is your shout out. A little bit longer than you probably wanted it to be. But I love you, brah. And again, without you, like, a lot of this, he kind of keeps us afloat. He's the glue that kind of helps keep a lot of us together. So, Paul, I appreciate you, brother. You're my man. He's a Braves fan, too. He's a heck of a hang glider. Anyway, I just feel like I just talked a little bit too much about Paul. But we love Paul around here, and he's my man. But anyway, all right. Love you, Paul. That's it. All right, wrapping this up at Outer Banks This Week podcast. It's all brought to you by Kelly's Automotive in Manio. Online at kellysobxauto.com, and it's all powered by Outer Banks Pest Control, and online at outerbanks-pestcontrol.com. All right, I'm out of here. Have yourself a great, wonderful rest of your week, and I'll see you again next week. Good Lord willing, and the creek don't rise. Y'all take care now. Bye-bye.
This has been another epic edition of the Outer Banks This Week podcast. Follow us on social media and be sure to listen every Thursday for a new episode.